Okay, so this is possibly one of the routes out of Coleshill. So we're going to take you through the route and talk to you as I drive. So don't forget mirror checks, near side front right, blind spot, automatic brake, so it releases on throttle. Now be careful as you come out of the test centre here. You've got an initial stop for the gate and then a second stop. Watch out for pedestrians from behind the wall. So you need to stop. And if it's a stop line preferably, what we should be doing is applying the park brake. Check near side front right and then just gently edge forward, making sure there's no pedestrians. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to clear the trailer as well. So we're going to go onto the opposite side of the road. So we check we're not interfering with any traffic. Bring it over to the trees, check in the mirrors position, undo the steering a little, watch the trailer come off the drop curbs and then tighten it back in. Pull it back into line, check in the mirrors. You can check the headboard this side and the position of the trailer that side. It's a red light, there's no need to rush. Nice and smooth. And stop there, park brake on. And now, near side front right, blind spot. Away we go. Once we start moving, as we go through the junction, we'll just have another little check of the mirrors, make sure no one's come across the junction. Make sure that the examiner's happy that you are checking your mirrors enough. And at the right times, looking for the right things. And then as soon as you can, let's get your eyes up the road as far as your eye can see. And you can see at the moment the road is clear ahead. We're using the mirrors again now to check the position of the vehicle on the roadway. So in the right mirror I can see the centre crown lines, and on the left mirror or the near side mirror there I can see the curb line. I sit slightly to the crown to improve my vision around this left hand bend. And then as soon as it opens up, I can see the traffic lights and they're on red, so check my mirrors, ease off the throttle a little bit. I'm not braking, I'm just easing the vehicle, slowing it down, using the engine basically. No point rushing up to a red light, so check the mirrors again, position through the pinch point, onto the crown, into lane, check the near side mirror, make sure I've left enough space. There's a nice that green light, keep the vehicle moving. Checking position of the trailer coming through the lights, looking into the future of the distance there, checking the position of the trailer, looking the eyes up ahead, lots of information coming at you now. Two-way traffic ahead, bends to the right and to the left, lay-by closed ahead, lots of information. Try and pick up, especially if it's red, make sure you pick it up if it's red. Now as you can see, talking to red, there's a red light up ahead, so again check the mirrors off the throttle, ease it back, ease it back. Check the mirrors, gently on the brakes, giving the vehicles behind a signal to slow down. Again, we're going to try and time the lights. We might be lucky, we might not. If not, we're going to stop slightly shy of the stop line and apply the brakes. Again, all we do now is look into where you're actually driving to, up ahead. You can see there's some cones, bend, a bit of a brow of a hill. There's some all signage, slippery road surface, junction onto the right. On the left hand bend there's a junction on the right. So we're picking up information. While we're sitting here, don't just stop and do nothing. Look at where you're going to be driving into. We're on the 446, we're heading out towards the motorway, M42. Again, we're going to get a green light any second now, so make sure you're checking your mirrors. Keep your eye out for cyclists, motorcyclists. Still scanning. There's a motorcyclist on the inside. Now he's on the left side, down in the blind spot, but he'll have accelerate us anyway, and he's got room to go out in front so I can see him, which I'm picking him up in his helmet. Nice and bright colours, which is helpful to us as drivers. Here we'll get away nice and safely, we'll let him go. Again, lights are taking a bit of a time. We're going to go through our checks again before we pull away. Just make sure that that examiner knows what you're looking. Near side, front right, blind spot, bikes away, clear on the near side now. Away we go. We've already picked up this information on the left, so we know what's around that corner. We've got a left-hand bend with the junction. We'll be aware of it, and you can see another triangle for road works or men at work. So we need to go slightly to the crown and obviously avoid the bush on the left, but also improve the vision as much as we can. Check the motorcyclists and the cars, they're clear, everything's good. bend to the right in the road, no U-turns, no right-hand turns. Again, now here in the right hand, I'll sit slightly curbside, again trying to improve my vision as I go around the bend. So I'll sit slightly in, bring it round, red lights up ahead, and now again, it's fresh green now, so it should stay green for us, but I will show caution as I come over the bridge. What I'm going to do is ease off the throttle, cover the brake, not actually brake, but cover it just in case. They're staying green, point of no return. Check the mirrors as I come through the junction, make sure nobody's coming out from the junctions, amber gamblers, and then back on the throttle, checking the mirrors, and you can see the blue sign for dual carriageway ahead. And obviously checking your speed limits down here. Now it's national speed limit applies, so at the moment now it would be 60 miles per hour. It's a nice bright sunny day, dry road surfaces, so we can sort of go up to the speed a little bit. At the roundabout you'll be asked to follow the road ahead, A446, and as you can see, right hand side we've got two cars there coming down our right. Mirrors gently on the brakes as we approach. We're trying to keep flow, so crown as we're coming in away from the near side curb. Big truck coming in from the right. What we're going to do is try and roll in behind him. Mercs off so we can go. Keep in position in the road, going wide, allowing the traffic to flow through on that right hand side. Remember, you cannot slow any other vehicle or get in their way. That would be a fail if you did. And away we go. Just checking the mirrors as I come off the roundabout. At this point, the examiner's more than likely going to probably take you down a road called the A416, I think it is. Or we'll check out the roundabout, we'll check for the road signage. 4197, I beg your pardon, it's the A4197, second exit off the roundabout. So again, look at the roundabout side, you can see it's the second, the motorway's the first. Read the signs and read the road and don't panic. Check your mirrors, leave yourself plenty of space in front, plenty of time. There's the road marking 4097 for Minworth. Smooth on the brakes. Again, red light, no rush, get a green light, so nice and smooth. Check the mirrors. Crown to miss the corner on the left with the trailer, so I'm coming in on the crown. Nice and smooth, there's my green, check the mirrors, flow through, staying slightly to the crown. Again, checking against the trailer, against the curb, and checking me against this white Nissan down the side. Same again here, red light, off the throttle, no need to speed. Check the mirrors, smooth as she goes, keep it rolling if you can. If we end up stopping, remember tyres to tarmac. Now we're still moving, check the mirrors again. Because we're moving, you don't have to check the blind spot. Because I was moving slowly, I just had a quick glimpse just to make sure. No motorcyclists or cyclists. Again, 4097, he's asked you to follow that road, so as you can see, it's on the road surface. Follow the road surface, you can check the road signs off to your left. National speed limit sign there, so it's still national speed limit at the moment, which is now 50 miles an hour because it's a single carriageway. As you come round, checking the mirrors, checking position again off the both mirrors, so I know where I am on the roadway. Again, 7.5 ton weight limit to the left, two-way traffic ahead. And again, trying to look as far as I can ahead, check my speed, and it's down 40 miles an hour. Now, check your mirrors. I'm letting the vehicle coast down to 40. I'm on 40 miles an hour as we pass the speed limit. You must be at or below the speed limit as you come through the signage. You'll notice there were big 40 signs, which means that that's a new speed limit from that point. The repeaters are smaller. So again, here we're coming down, be careful of the junction ahead. You can see the grey car cutting across, pedestrians off to the right. So now the junction's clear, check the pedestrian off in the right hand mirror. Check both mirrors, make sure no one's come out from the junctions. And here again, you've got bright lights at cars. So again, be careful there, the car pulls out from the left. Just be mindful that people don't always check their mirrors, so make sure that, and as you come past, we call it near side follow through mirror check, making sure nobody's made a late manoeuvre and hit the side of your trailer. Again, checking the speed, I'm just below 40 at the moment, keeping a nice gap between me and the black car in front. It should be at least 3 seconds, I can check that as he passes that clearway sign. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4. I'm nearly 4 seconds behind, which is good distance because that allows me now to look ahead into the corner. I can see the 40 signs, I can look ahead into the corner to see exactly what's happening and make a plan for the next few hundred metres of driving. Again, position crown, check the overtaking, he's turning off. There's nothing overtaking at the moment. As you come round this corner, beware, road or lanes narrowed to single carriageways, two-way traffic. And what's really important is just here behind the Winworth sign is a 30, and there it is on the left and the right. You must be at or below 30 as you come through. So again, I've allowed the vehicle to coast down. I was at 30 as we come through. So just checking the speed again, just at 30, and as you can see, roadwork lights ahead, check the mirrors, smooth on the brakes, keep that examiner nice and comfy, nice and smooth. We're not going to get a grid because it's only just changed. I'm going to hold back further than you would with a car, just to make the angles smoother to go round the cones, rather than going right up and having to basically chicane through. I'll be able to drift through. Again, while we're stationary, relax a little bit, but also have a look at where you're driving into, what the hazards will be as you go, and make sure you're keeping your eye out for approaching cyclists, motorcyclists, and exactly who is around your vehicle. There she goes again, check, away we go. And again, just trying to keep the angles nice and shallow. Don't want to throw the examiner around, want to make him feel nice and comfortable. And we're just checking the mirrors as we come through, checking the speed. We're now at 30 as we come through. So we just hold the throttle steady, eyes up ahead. You can see the traffic lights in the distance are on red. Check the mirrors, off the gas. Pick your lane, which are a truck, should remain left lane where possible. Fresh green light, just come on. So again, I'm going to be careful as we approach because you've got a second red afterwards anyway. So I'm off the throttle, watching the white car come down the right hand side. And point of no return, which is about now, and then the second red has gone to green as well. So again, check the mirrors, off the throttle a little bit, cover the brake, and then check. Okay, that's fine. We've got a late arrival down the right hand side. He's trying to squeeze. Now he's going to run out of space, so he's just going to hold on that back axle. Again, same with this green light. Check it, it's still green, and point of no return. Through we go. Check the purple car on the right hand side as we go through. He's okay. Check the bus off. Follow through mirror checks, good. BMW in front, the grey car, we've got a good 4 to 5 second gap. Let's look ahead of that car, so we're not staring at the back of the car, we're looking ahead and into the corner. And then this part of the test, the examiner might turn around and say to you, I would like now to carry out the independent drive, please follow the signs for warmly. So let's have a look. That one's quite mowed over, you can't really see for the trees, but if you look at the right hand one on the right hand side, you'll see it says warmly, left lane. Now there's no vehicle in front of me, and yes, I may block a little bit of this box junction, but most of my vehicle will go across, and I'm not classed as blocking here, so I am allowed across. If I come up, I don't normally like to come right up to a stop line, but we will in this situation. If you look in the mirrors, our back end of a trailer is just about on the back end of the box junction. We're just about clear, so that's fine. Again, we're looking into the future where we're driving to, so we've got a nice lane, left lane, follow it round. No problem. Check the mirrors again, looking for cyclists, near side front right blind spot, away we go. Again, checking the position of the trailer and of the cars. Again, I'm going to push the unit right up against the curb line, not touching the curb obviously, but as close as I can, give these vehicles a bit of space. And then I'm going to move back to the crown. As I come off, I'm going back to the crown to make sure I don't hit the corner. I've got TT, ties to tarmac, on the Ford in front, so I've got a good space. Should he break down, I can go around. Near side front right blind spot, away we go again. Staying now slightly to the crown, so as I go around that left hand bend ahead, the trailer will come round without clipping the curb. So I'm staying on the crown, watching the right mirror as well, make sure nobody's too close. I've got a bit of space. Again, just hogging that sort of centre line a little bit, and then check the mirror and we're clear. Back into line. Again, I still stay slightly to the crown, and we're following the warmly sign, so that's following the road ahead, second exit. Remember, you're on independent drive here. Again, nice and smooth, nice and smooth, nice and smooth. If you have to stop, unfortunately we have to stop. Near side front right blind spot, away we go. Again, around the outside of the roundabout. Yes, that car has just cut us a little bit, but we'll manage him. There we go, and off we come. If that happens on the test and he pulls out too far, stop and give way. Do not carry on, obviously, into the car. Right, there's people standing at the pedestrian crossing. It's green, but it may change. Check the mirrors, off the throttle. They're moving away for me, which is fine. Check them on the near side mirror. they're fine, they're standing, and their lights stay green. Same with these two kids on the left hand side. As you pass them, near side mirror check, vulnerable because they're so close to the road, edge of the road. Coming to the crown, we're still following the warmly signs. It says ahead only on the road surface, so obviously we're not going to try and turn right. We're still following independent drive warmly. So at the roundabout, you'll see warmly is the first exit off the roundabout. Mirrors, smooth on the brakes, left signal, and now take the whole lane, take the width, so you can get round without any worries. There's no problem of hitting the curb. Okay, near side front right blind spot. Obviously you get heavy traffic. A lot of people don't indicate. As you could see from there was nobody indicating left, but you can normally try and tell from their road position. But remember, you're on a test. If you don't know, you don't go, you just wait. Don't mean wait for forever, but be positive that you know where people are going before you go. You can always pick up a couple of marks for hesitation, but if you pull out and slow anybody down, that's a fail. So if you don't know, you don't go. Pedestrian crossing is clear. Check the speed, 30 miles an hour. We're going uphill, so I've got a little bit of throttle on just to pull the vehicle up the hill. Again, checking the speed again, we're fine, just on the 30 sign. Again, car coming out from the left, cyclist, so two cyclists. I've eased off just to make sure that car was clear. Cyclists, I've checked them on the near side mirror. Follow through mirror checks. Again, looking as far as the road, you can see the brake lights on the car at the head coming on. And we're at this point, the examiner will more than likely ask you to turn left at these lights. Now, they're not difficult, there's plenty of room. We will position slightly to the crown to make it even easier for position of the trailer. Check the mirrors, men at work, so I don't really know what's going on at the moment till I get there. Let's have a look at it. Again, crown of the road coming in, left signal, red light, so we'll position crown, and that'll give us plenty of room. We've got plenty of room out the front to take the unit into to make the left turn, so we don't need to worry too much. And at this point, the examiner, either here or near side front right blind spot, he will ask you now to pull over at a safe and convenient location on the left side. Now, safe and convenient. Checking the mirrors for position, checking the headboard. Now, don't panic, don't get pulling up at a bus stop, don't get pulling up on that bridge ahead. It says dual carriageway ahead. Now, that means there's space after the bridge. So as you enter onto the bridge, check your mirrors, left signal, and we're going to come in behind this car parked on the left hand side. We should just about fit in there. Hopefully that car won't be there when you do test, because I'd like to push up a little bit further. I want to make sure that the back end of the trailer is clear. Okay, and park brake on into neutral for now. Now, with position here, I would have preferred to have put the vehicle a bit further forward, more or less by the lamppost on the left. This is an ideal spot to stop. My back end of the truck is slightly sticking out, but I am in my lane. I've got my left indicator on. Now, this is where the safe place to stop. In fact, what I will do there, I will just drift ahead a little bit to show you the correct place, or a better place. Near side front right blind spot. I'm just going to pull to a better position. Approximately here, by the lamppost on the left. That's ideal. And then once you've pulled over, leave your vehicle in gear. Now, when you've gone out on test, from the moment that you leave the test station to the moment that you get back, I don't care how many times he pulls you over like this, it will be round about 3 to 5 times. Never take it out of gear, because if you do take it out of gear, when you're ready to pull away, you forget to put it into gear, you'll rev, you'll roll, and then you'll fail you for being out of control of the vehicle. So once it's in gear, leave it alone in gear until the end of the test, unless he asks you otherwise, which is highly unlikely. So now we're going to pull away from this position. Now, because we're pulling away on a dual carriageway, normally as we'd pull away, we'd have to wait for the flow of traffic, wait for a gap basically in the flow of traffic to pull away. But because we're in a dual carriageway situation, we are actually blocking lane 1. So we don't actually have to wait for a gap. We can look for a safe gap, but then move away, freeing lane 1 off and allowing the traffic to flow. So that's what I'm going to do in this situation. So we're in gear, we're ready to go, we're on automatic brakes. So What I'm going to do is check the mirrors. There's nothing coming at the moment anyway, but then check near side, blind spots, the way we roll, and now indicated to pull off. I'm not moving, I'm just staying in lane, and away we go. Obviously there's nothing coming, we haven't interfered with anything, we haven't slowed anything down, we haven't made it speed up, so we're away cleanly. And again, speed limit on this road is now 40 miles per hour. There's a lot of foliage, a lot of trees on the left, so I like to drive to the crane, keeps your vehicle protected from the trees, but obviously you've got to be careful at this time of the year of the trees on your vehicle and your mirrors. Again, trying to see around the corners. I've been warned of traffic lights or pedestrian lights up ahead. There's nobody at the pedestrian lights at the moment. Check the speed, just below 40, which is okay considering the visibility around the bends. I've got a grey car on the right hand lane who will probably come and overtake. There it is. Off he goes, that's fine, no problem. As you come round here, this is Pie Pace Park coming up on your right hand side. Now, a part of the route, if it brings you this way, to be careful of, you're going to have Pie Pace Park on your right, you're going to be climbing up the hill, lane 1 will be blocked. So I've checked my mirror, I'm putting an indicator on to let the vehicle on the right hand side know that I'm pulling out, and I've pulled out a little bit on the early side. The reason for that is because if I wait too long, I'll get blocked in on the near side. So I've pulled out, there's the parked vehicles, I can keep the flow of the vehicle going. Remember, you're not supposed to slow a car down. Now, I don't think I slowed that van down, I just put the indicator on. He did flash for me to come out, but I didn't slow him down, he made his own choice. Here, then more than likely at the roundabout, it's going to ask you to follow the road ahead. So check your mirrors, come back to left lane, pedestrian coming in from the right, crown of the road coming in. Now be careful of this roundabout, it can get quite busy. So crown, position, check your trailer. Park brake on, checking position of the trailer, ready to go in for following the road ahead, second exit. Again, you've got to watch out for what's around behind that, trees and everything else. So bit of care here. Does help if people indicate, but unfortunately, as we know as professional drivers, they don't. So after this, near side, front right, blind spot, roll in, check positions. Again, there's the gravel. I'm aiming for that gravel for the unit. That'll keep the trailer over. Checking the mirrors. Now as you come off here, it's a bus lane. So mirrors, signal, move out to lane 2 immediately or as fast as you can. But obviously check your mirrors and make sure it's clear to do so. Bus lane 7 till 7, 7 a.m, 7 p.m. So you cannot drive in the bus lane. Remain 30 mile an hour speed limit down here. Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Try and keep it moving, so nice and smooth. There it is, check the mirrors. Off she rolls, keep the vehicle moving as much as you can. Away we go. Okay. So I've checked the mirrors, will keep us moving. Now at this point the examiner could take you different routes, so I'm going to take I think I'm going to take the first left, or left at the lights. So we're going to follow one of the possible routes. Again, he's got several options here, so we can't guarantee where you're going to go, but we're going to take the first left at the lights. So check the mirrors, ease it down, ease it down. Let people know. Now here, just slide over the crown slightly as you come in, delay your move into the line, so you're giving yourself plenty of space, and then over to the left. And unfortunately we did catch the red light, which I was hoping we wouldn't, but we have. So you can come in a little bit closer on the crane if it's on red, but you still have to stay away from that curb line to make your turn. Now as I turn into this, because I'm kicking back, I'm going to stay right up against that right hand curb line. Okay, near side front right, blind spot, roll forward, up against the right hand curb, checking the trailer. Now as you come off this, aim across to the far curb, check your headboard, and then tighten up. Now get ready, undo your steering along the right hand curb, checking your position, your trailer. Once you're happy, you could move back in. I'm not going to because of the parked cars. That's another reason why we're looking up the road ahead. Stay lane 2. And again, now we're a 40 mile an hour sign, so we're 40 mile an hour speed limit. Queuing traffic lights. So over the brow of this hill, be careful, there's a pedestrian just crossed the road, so they may have pressed that light. So again, be careful in case it changes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to gently come off the throttle, and it's a stale green light bottom of the hill. Again, I'm off the throttle and covering the brake. If they change, I should be able to stop. Point of no return, check the mirrors, away we go again. Crown of the road, looking as far around that corner as I can. Again, it's a pedestrian light, there's nobody at the pedestrian. It should technically stay green, but I will show caution by coming off the throttle. Check the mirrors, back on the throttle, checking the mirrors again. And then here we got a parked car, so mirrors, signal, there's nobody behind us, but I have given a signal just in case there's anyone in the black car. Now it will ask you more than likely to turn right at the roundabout, following the signs for the Birmingham Airport NEC. So as we come down here, check your mirrors, position into lane, right hand lane, mirrors, signal, position, pedestrian lights clear, we can go through to the roundabout. Again, nasty little roundabout, so be careful. If you don't know, you don't go. Okay, so again, we're in position. Try look through as much as you can to see what's coming. It'd be nice if you got another heavy goods or a bus or something, act as a blocker. But this is one of those roundabouts you have to be very careful on. Be patient. There might be a gap any second now, so near side front right blind spot. He's still got an indicator, so we're going to hold. Near side front blind spot. Away we go. Into position, into lane, line discipline, checking your mirrors for everybody else. As you can see, the merge, that's it, cutting this line, so make sure these are the people you've got to watch out for. Okay, we're still in line, we're looking good. Brake off signal, hold centre line for now. And then as line, near side line comes through, we're going to mirror. I am going to signal. I'm going to start to just gently come in while there's a gap. TT on the car in front, we are still moving. So near side blind spot, we're still moving, and it's a fresh red light up ahead. So there's no point putting loads of gas on, we're just nice and smooth. We're going with TT on the red car in front, tyres to tarmac. Nice and smooth, there it is. Leave yourself plenty of space, leave yourself an out. Okay, again, looking at the road ahead all the way to the roundabout, you can see the lights ahead have just gone to red at the roundabout, and the road is clear ahead, and there's road signs for the roundabout itself. Near side, there's queuing traffic going into the shopping area. Heavy traffic down to the right hand side, but we've got a lot of space here. So that's fine. Near side front right blind spot, we'll let the red car go, create a bit more of a space in front of the vehicle. I'm looking now not at the two cars ahead, I'm looking at the red lights up ahead and watching for pedestrians at the pedestrian lights here and in the future over there. No point putting loads of gas on, it's still on red. What we want to do with a heavy is keep the vehicle moving, so we check the mirrors, there it goes to a fresh green, and again now nice gentle on the throttle, keep a nice gap. We should just about fit through on that green, so checking the mirrors again as we come through. I've covered the brake just in case they change. We're point of no return is now, we're through on the nice green, we've kept the vehicle moving, position's good, up against the gravel on the left slightly, watching the cars on the left, and that'll keep your trailer in position. By using that left position on gravel, keeps your trailer in its lane. Now here, we're going to move to centre line. I'll explain why in a second. So mirrors, signal, and position centre line. Now it's more than likely if you come at this route, the examiner will ask you to take the third exit off this roundabout. I think it's the B4147. We'll confirm that with the road marking in a second. Now the actual road marking says you should be in the right hand lane. However, the examiners do allow you to use the centre lane because the way the lane's actually been painted and designed does not really lend itself to a safe manoeuvre. I'll explain it hopefully as I go. Yes, I'm in lane 452. We are taking the 4147. However, you will see what happens as we come into the roundabout, but you do be very, very careful that theoretically we're not in the correct lane for this manoeuvre, but the examiners allow you to do this. So near side front right blind spot, away we go. Now the reason we've positioned centre is as we come in, this leads us into the centre lane right behind the Volvo, but as you can see from the white Tesla cutting across us, you do have to be careful of everybody else. Now look, it's B4147 now, that's why they allow you to do it. So be careful if you're coming into that roundabout, and all we're doing now is following the outside of the roundabout, look, up against the curb, and we're in position. Leave plenty of space around the vehicle in front, let the red car come over, still have his space. We want space, that's our friend. So we're still rolling, near side front right blind spot. I've kept the vehicle rolling because the lights went green. Check the mirrors, check the blind spots, away we go. Look into the future, cut the corner and look through the mirrors of the A-post. And you can see, ahead of these few cars, the road is clear. There's nothing there, there's no broken down vehicles. There's information coming at us of speed limits. But as you can see, there's no cyclists, no broken down cars, nothing. We've got a vehicle overtaken on the right. Can't decide whether it wants to come through. Obviously it's all braking now because we're now going into one lane. So I've got my eye on the white vehicle on the right hand side as well as the vehicles in front and the position of the trailer. We're closing the door now gently to this car on the right to make sure we're protecting him or her from themselves. Crown of the road to see into the bend. Now I can see the white car and the other two cars behind. At the roundabout, the examiner will ask you to turn left, more than likely ask you to turn left, can't guarantee that. So we are going to take a left turn at the roundabout. Roundabout reduced speed now, it is on an uphill, so I'm going to keep a little bit of gas on. And yes, I'm creeping onto the crown slightly, that's time to keep my vehicle away from the trees and improve my vision. Mirror checks, left signal. We're going left lane on the crown, the white line, the crown. We are clear at the moment, so just in front of that guy, that's fine. He's gone off to the left. Now, as you exit the roundabout, the examiner's more than likely going to ask you to take the first road on your right, check your mirrors, signal right, put yourself in the right-hand turn lane, keep in the lane, allow the traffic to flow through on that side. As you push up here, push right up on towards the arrow and get that bollard on your right-hand shoulder. So about there, it's on my right-hand shoulder. I'm going to apply the brakes for a second. And what we're going to do in a second, we must make sure we check that near side mirror before we make our turn for the kick out of trailer, where the trailer kicks out to the left. If there's anything heavy like a bus or another HGV, you might want to just delay your turn. That's what the examiner's watching for. Okay, near side, front right. Now he's allowed, so forward. Make the turn, tighten it up. Now, how we do is we undo it by undoing the steering and clearing the curb. It was a bit tight, we could have gone forward a bit more there and cleared it a bit better than that maybe, but we have cleared it. Out onto the crown, and here, check the mirrors, signal, away we go. And again, check the van because it's a courier van, he might be working, so he's clear. Speed limit down this road is 30 miles an hour. Again, you can tell there's no speed limit signs, it is got lighting, and there's no further speed limit signs on the bollards. Now here we check the mirrors, nice and smooth. We're following the road ahead at the roundabout. Crown of the road coming in. Okay, we're looking good. We can use all of the space on this roundabout, so there's no excuse for clipping the roundabout or the curves. As we come off, if we need a bit of more space as I'm coming off, I don't need it now, but I might do it the next one. If there's a vehicle coming like that and I need more space, then I'll stop. Even with the trailer on the roundabout, I will stop, let the traffic come through, then take the space. Same again at this next roundabout. We'll have a look. This one is a bit tighter than the next one. So again, checking the mirrors. We're following the road ahead, second exit, go to the crown of the road. As we approach, nice and smooth, mirror check, smooth on the brakes. As we approach, check there's nothing coming in from the right. Ahead's all right, we can make that. In we come, again, use all the space. In we go, out wide. Now look at the exit, it's a bit narrower. So as we come off, if we need to borrow the oncoming side, we'll wait patiently till there's a gap, slow it down a little bit, slow it down, slow it down. There we go, wait patiently. We can see we're close on that near side, so what we're going to do is nick a little bit of that. And all I did was wait for that traffic to come through, then borrow the space after they've gone through. Haven't slowed anybody down, haven't interfered with anyone. It doesn't matter if the back of your trailer is slightly overhanging the roundabout, there's nothing you can do. So that's how to negotiate off a roundabout when you need the opposite side of the road. Do not just take the road and slow somebody down. Okay, pedestrians, there's nobody there. Checking the speed, 30 mile an hour. We're just on 30 now as I look at it. Again, we're at a sign here now for priority for us. We are the prioritised traffic. Again, we might have priority, but always be careful. Now, I'm sitting again to the crown because of the trees. I'm trying to protect the sheet of the trailer as well as improve my vision. Pedestrian hump crossing. Now, this crossing has got quite a bit of a hump, so we're going to check the mirrors, smooth on the brakes, let the vehicles behind know that you're slowing down. They can't see that, and they probably didn't read the road sign either, so we're going to slow it down, give them information in plenty of time using the brake lights. Check the mirrors as we roll over, and ahead we got priority to oncoming vehicles. So the oncoming vehicle have priority. Now again, I'm not going to go right up to that bollard because of the angles going round it, so I'm going to hold back as much view as I can get. Now I can also see underneath that grey car in front, so there's nothing coming now. Check the mirrors, check the blind spot. Away we go. Now he's just appeared, but that's fine. It was clear once I made the throttle response. So we're through. We haven't really interfered with the Audi. He's through, not really slowed down or speed up. Check him off, make sure he's clear. Now, the examiner might ask you to turn left here. Now, what they're checking for down a road like this is, do you bully people? So we're going to put left indicator. We didn't check the mirrors first. Left indicator. Do you bully oncoming traffic? So let's have a look at what's happening. Parked cars on the oncoming side. Now, just because they're on that side of the road does not mean to say that we have priority. The person or the driver or the vehicle is at the hazard first has priority, not which side of the road the cars are parked on. So we were in the hazard first before the learner, so theoretically the learner will hold back for us because we're in the hazard. And that's how priority works in this situation. Unfortunately, not everybody understands that one, but that's what the examiner's looking for. Do you bully or do you give way? Okay, we're clear, we're into the roundabout. Now this exit off this roundabout, down by the old bus station, the Alcan, is very tight. Now position, watch this, left indicate, bring the unit, and then now bring the unit over and bring the trailer tight into the roundabout, then bring it hard off left. Now we're going to use the hatchets after the bend. We're going to now check your mirrors, use these hatchets, take your unit in, and you can see on the left side we clear that bend or that corner with about a foot to clear, and that's how you come off that roundabout, so be very, very careful. Now 30 mile an hour still built up area, checking the mirrors as we accelerate away, and then we come up to another roundabout at the top of this hill, and it's more than likely the examiner will ask you to follow the road ahead at the roundabout. So checking the mirrors, about every 5 to 8 seconds you should be checking your mirrors. And as you can see, you've got parked vehicles on the left side, so again, no bullying. Check the mirrors. I'm going to signal to let the vehicles behind know, because they can't see through my vehicle. I'm going to take my position on the crown. I'm at the hazard first. Theoretically the bus, if he wants to, should hold back. I think we can both fit through there anyway. Pedestrian crossing is clear. And now we're going to follow the road ahead at the roundabout. Again, just keep it rolling, check position. I'm happy where everybody is. Around, no big deal. Checking the mirror, I'm checking the position of the trailer as I come off. Again, if I want to borrow a bit of space, just take it over onto the hatchet markings. You know, you can borrow it anyway. It's got broken white lines, and the hatchet markings do not touch the outer white lines, which means that you can actually, should you require to, go over into to use that space. And if you look on the highway code, it will actually tell you that on the highway code, that large vehicles may use a different line to everybody else in the cars. Now, we've got a red light up ahead, so off the gas, checking the mirrors first, smooth on the brakes. Now, Again, he's got a choice here. More than likely he'll take you straight across at the light, so that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to go follow the road ahead, look at the road markings, check the mirrors again, and what I'm doing is slowing the vehicle down. I'm trying to get a green light if possible. Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. And okay, if we stop, park brake comes on. Nice and smooth. Now we're going to be following the road ahead, near side front right, blind spot, off we go again. Now as you come across these lights at the macadam, he has got a choice. He could turn you right just after that second bollard that you can see in front, and if he does, there's a low bridge. We have done that on another route, so I'm not going to include that one today, but he could turn you right at this junction. It'll take you up to a low bridge, and you obviously have to turn left. Don't try and go under the low bridge, it's too low for your vehicle. However, he could just as easily decide to bring you straight up, and the reason is there's a very, very tight roundabout at the top of this road, and if you look on the other videos that we've done, you should be able to see the approach from the bridge on the other videos. So we're going to come on, cover the approach without the bridge. You'll understand what I mean as we actually get to the roundabout. Position has to be accurate so that you don't clip the near side curb with the trailer work. Okay, so we're checking the mirrors, we're moving to crown, everybody's moving okay. Check the position of our vehicle against the parked cars, that's fine. Again, as we come down, I'd like a clear roundabout, so I'm going to ease off the throttle, hoping that this orange car in front gets into the roundabout and away, and the white one. That gives us a clean roundabout. Now, position, we're going left first exit. We need to be out on the crown, so it's mirrors, signal, position, crown. We're going left. Lots of people get this wrong, so be careful. As you come in, roll gently in, around, tight into the roundabout. Keep the trailer in tight. Now, yes, we're right over, so we get right over. Now, hog the hatchets in around the bollards. Now, undo the steering wheel, check your position, check, undo the steering wheel, and as you can see, you just about can clear. You can clear with a bit more space if you do a better one, but you can just about clear that. You should be able to clear it between a half a foot and a foot space. Okay, and then we're through here. And away we go again. Now, as you come round here, again, the examiner might at this point say to you, please pull up at a safe and convenient location on the near side, on the left. Make sure you don't pull up anywhere along here. You've got drop curbs, parked cars, junctions. Where we want you to park realistically is a nice safe position. So we're going to just hold back for this van because it's sticking in my lane a little bit. Checking the mirrors again, nice and smooth. I'm going to hold back, no pressure. Near side front right, blind spot, he's rolling through. Now, he asked us to pull over, so check your mirrors. Signal just before this junction, we're signalling left. And we're in a position on the left side. Make sure you clear that drop curb we've just come past. Don't get too tight, about a foot or so away from there and before that drop curb there. And park brake on. Again, leave the gears alone. And this is where is the safe place to park. You make sure you don't block the drop curbs. Make sure you don't stop before the junctions back there in the drop curbs. Make sure you don't double park opposite somebody else who's parked there. However, as you can see, it's all nice and clear, so we're good to go. Okay, now he's going to ask you to pull away when it's safe to do so. So here, we're not on a dual carriageway, we're on a straight road. So we're not just going to check the mirrors, put a signal on and pull away, because if we cause anybody from behind or in front to slow down, we could class that as a failure because we become the hazard to another road user. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for a safe gap before we actually pull away, before we even do anything. We're not even going to indicate just yet. And because we're on a slight curve here, I'm going to have to be using both mirrors, one to see in the distance what's coming behind, one to see what's immediately coming out from the junction. So getting ready to pull away. We're in gear, we haven't touched the gear, so we're happy with that. Automatic brake, so my hand's ready to indicate. There's a discovery coming out from the right, red car, so I'm going to hold a bit longer. We got a bus coming through as well after this red car, so the bus, I'm still going to wait. You should wait approximately 40-50 seconds. Right, mirrors, signal, away we go. And that's it. We haven't interfered with anyone. We have pulled away cleanly. Now, if after about 40-50 seconds, and there hasn't been a gap, you can't sit there all day waiting for a gap if it's busy. So give it 40 seconds or so. If after that there's no gap, there's traffic still busy, then you can put an indicator on and ask permission for someone to slow down so you can pull away. So be careful how you're pulling in and pulling out. Again, I think I've covered that on the other videos as well. So here we are going to follow the road ahead. Now the bus has pulled over, so we are going to go through the gap. We've got enough space to position the trailer and the vehicle in the left lane. We're following the road ahead. So as I come in, I'm checking the mirrors, position, nice and steady, nice and steady. Get the trailer in position, lock it back over. We're following the road ahead at the lights. So again, it's taking you into a bit of a tight, narrow road we're going into with a sharp left-hand bend. Again, position is everything. Near side, front, right, blind spot, away we go. And we're going to position to the crown again, checking the position against these cars, plenty of room. And clear that fence on the near side. And stay to the crown. Now again, you've got to be careful because it's quite narrow here. We don't want to interfere with anything large coming, and we want to be able to deal with any hazards. And as you can see, there's a bit of a pinch point. We've got adverse camber, reduced speed now, new road layout. Nice and smooth on the brakes, crown. Now come in on the crown to get through these bollards and follow the white line in, tight on the right hand side. Now as you come through, come in. Now check your mirrors and move back to the crown. Make sure your trailers now use a bit more of the crown. Position, now bring the unit back in as you come through, back in. Now position back out to the crown again. That'll bring you through on both sides without touching the curbs. And then once you're through the hazards, you can check your mirrors and you can go back onto the power. Again, it's a 30-mile-an-hour road, so again, I'm cutting my view through the corner to see if there's any hazards oncoming or anything parked in our lane. If you're in the week on a test and it's a school day and it's a school time, be mindful here of the pedestrian lights for school children. If it's flashing, drop your speed to 20. As we come through, it's not flashing and we are good. We got a parked vehicle on the road, half and half. Mirrors, I'm going to give a signal because there's a vehicle quite close behind us. He can't see that parked car, so I'm giving a signal to give him information or her information to tell him I'm pulling out around a parked vehicle. So share information, help other road users. Remember, you're driving a vision blocker. Other people behind and around cannot see through your vehicle, so give them information, help them be safe. Again, check the Audi off on the left, near side mirror check, he's fine. Looking up the road ahead, they're fine, everything's clear. Load out from the left, cars out from the left. Again, I've just moved slightly crown, nice and early, so that car behind can see that parked car. Junction, checking the mirror, speed check, 25 miles an hour, just holding speed with the other traffic, checking positions. Again here, parked car there, but I'm just drifting out nice and early, no major steering. Again, plenty of room and nice and smooth. As we come through the junction, I'm going to check these off on the mirrors, make sure nobody's made, and I've got a kid on these on the right hand side. So check the white car, make sure the child on the right is staying on the path, which he is. Sharp bend to the left on the road, sorry, to the right on the road, beg your pardon. And around. Again, checking both positions. Again, check the speed. We're dead on 30 mile an hour now, so we'll just keep maintaining 30. Now, it's not too bad coming through here. Nice and steady, fairly wide roads. Check your speed. Dog's on the lead, pedestrian there, no problem. Through the traffic islands, we'll call them, the traffic furniture. Checking the position with the mirrors for the trailer. And again, looking up the road as far as you can see slow written on the road, keep left as well on the blue arrow. Looking into the corner, you've got a humps, you got a sign on there and for elderly people crossing. Check the mirrors, because of the width of the wheels on an Arctic, I don't have to worry too much, but I have slowed it down. They'll go through the axles without too much interference. Again, just checking near side, offside, nice and steady. Check the speed, 25. Again, we have been warned of the elderly crossing. There is a home there, so keeping the speed a little bit lower than the 30. Climbing up the hill, bit of gas on. Again, dog and pedestrian on the right, off the gas, cover the brake just in case the dog gets loose. As you pass through, near side mirror check, checking the pedestrian and the dog, making sure they're okay, which they were. Carrying on, following the road ahead. Again now, just monitor the speed, monitor the mirrors, look as far as your eye can see into the bend. You can see there's a parked car on the near side, oncoming traffic, a bit of a pinch point with a white car, so check the mirrors, nice and smooth. We want to arrive when there's a gap, so that car can come through. Check the mirrors, we've arrived on the gap, keep the vehicle moving, nice and fuel efficient, nice and comfortable for the examiner. And we've drifted through, no major steering, just nice and steady, nice and smooth. Check the speed limit again, 30, and we're on just below 30 at the moment. Again, be careful here, there's a bend round to the left, bit of a blind spot with a van and a lot of parked cars, so I'm going crown, nice and soon, nice and early, show myself to the oncoming vehicles. He can come through, we can maintain progress. And obviously we've got a 20 zone, school zone, it's not school day, so again, just mind the speed, and then again through the humps, watch the blue car on the left, young driver, check him up, make sure he hasn't slipped or on the throttle, and we're back up into a 30 zone here, zone ends, so check the mirrors. I'm going to have a signal because I've got to take a bit more space up, and the car behind me, the red car's quite close, so I'm going to give him information that he's got to pull out, or she's got to pull out. Now, we're coming up to a set of traffic lights known as the Morrison lights. Now, more than likely at this point, if you're from Coleshill Test Centre, they're going to turn you right at Morrison lights. Now, have a look. The reason we call it Morrison's lights is because Morrison's is on the right hand side. We're going to turn right at the lights. Position your vehicle to dominate the road surface. Look at the road surface as we approach. It's 2 lanes. For an Arctic, we're going to take both lanes because we've got to get the trailer round to the right. You'll see how narrow the exit is as you come right. So position centre of the lane, covering both lanes, protecting, making sure nobody can come up on your right, nobody can come up on your left. Leave yourself space in front of the vehicle so that you've got a good view of everything that's going on. If you look at the head, you'll see where we've got to go through that gap where the yellow bollard is. So we've got all this space out in front. What we're going to do is we're going to pull ahead as if, we're going to drive as if I'm going straight on. So you'll see me steer through to the left as if I'm going straight on. Then I'll do a sharp right hand lock, which will bring the trailer round, and then I'll undo the steering. So I'll take you through it as we go. But just treat it, your position, as if you're going straight on to begin with, into that yellow box junction section before you start your steer. You'll see in a second. Unfortunately, this is quite a long light, so we'll have a bit of a wait. Again, I'm just monitoring the mirrors because even though I'm blocking, it doesn't stop car drivers in small cars thinking they can edge up, or certainly motorcyclists and cyclists will come up into your blind spots. So keep an eye. Here we go, near side front right, blind spot, gently rolling. Tell everybody exactly where I'm going, which is right. As I come through, watch how I steer through, slightly to the left, into the box, sharp right, sharp right. Now undo the steering along the left curb, checking the mirrors, and as you can see, the trailer will come through that again with about a foot or so to spare. We're through that right hand. Now here, be mindful of what's coming out from the right. He's blocking on that Vauxhall, so we're going to take that initiative. Again, with these roundabouts where I've just come around, you do, or you should, make a little bit of an effort to steer to show the examiner that it is a roundabout. I'll show you a bit more obviously at this roundabout. So as you come to these style of roundabouts, if you can, you cannot go straight over them. You can't just admit they're not there. You've got to show the examiner that you're making an effort. Now your trailer is going to clip them a little bit, so we've come close there, we've got to make an effort, just a little bit of an effort to clear the roundabout. if you catch the roundabout on the right hand side, it is a painted roundabout, don't worry as long as you've made your best effort. Now, the examiner will have said at the beginning of the test, he will have said to you, please follow the road ahead at all times unless road signs or road markings tell you otherwise, or I redirect you. So what he's actually telling you to do is follow the road ahead and follow the signs and everything else, unless he tells you otherwise. But what he's telling you really is keep your eye out for road signs. Now, you've turned right at Morrison's lights. The speed limit on this road is 30 miles per hour. So we're going to make sure we maintain 30. Now, it's follow the road ahead at all times unless road signs or road markings tell you otherwise. Bear that in mind for the next 3/4 of a mile along this road. Otherwise, it can catch you out. So, here at the roundabout, he's told you follow the road ahead, look at the road markings. You can borrow a little bit of that right-hand lane just to get your trailer clear of the corner. Remember, you are heavy goods, HGV, so sometimes you do need to borrow them roads positions. Again, checking the mirrors as I come out of the corners, nice and clear. 30 miles an hour, so I'm just up at 30. I'm off the gas a little bit because I'm coasting down the hill a little bit, so I don't want to speed. Again, he's asked me to follow the road ahead, so check the mirrors. And there's the lane markings. We're following the road ahead. So again, at the roundabout, check the mirrors, nice and smooth on the brakes, nice and smooth. Look for your gap, keep the flow if possible. Can't because he's just come round there, but that's all right, we'll keep moving just about. So check the position. Now here, come into the roundabout, then come out wide, check the mirrors, make sure you know who's on the outside, use the width all the way out, that clears that roundabout without touching it. Back out to the crown, over to the right, and away we go again. And as we see, the pedestrian crossing is clear, is green, nobody there at the moment. Now, remember, follow the road ahead unless road signs or road markings tell you otherwise, or I redirect you. Now, we're coming to Bacon's End roundabout up in Kingshurst. This is what you've got to be very, very careful of. Crown of the road. Remember what I've said? Look up the road ahead and look for road signs. That's what we're looking for. The road sign tells you HGV 7.5 ton weight limit. You cannot turn right, you cannot go straight ahead. You must turn left. Secondary signs are telling you there, HGV's left at the roundabout. Don't miss the sign. If you don't put your indicator, mirrors, signal left, tell him early by putting your signal on that you've seen the sign and you are going left at the roundabout. Position, borrow the opposite side, sorry, the lane 2, borrow the space. Again, check, blind spots, everything's good, away you go. You will notice I am checking behind the mirrors and the blind spots behind the mirrors, making sure there's nothing coming at me from the roundabout. Here, again now, he will ask you more than likely to follow the road ahead at the roundabout. Now, again, it's actually the third exit off the roundabout, so we are going to use the right-hand lane on approach. Even though it looks like a 12 o'clock exit, we're using the right-hand lane, and the reason being is if we use the left-hand lane, there's a chance you can have an accident from vehicles coming from the right. So we're protecting our area by approaching on the right. You can put a signal on if you want. There's the check, mirrors, out we go. Onto the inside of the roundabout to begin with. That's protecting our near side, or our side on the right-hand side, beg your pardon. Now what we're going to do, check the mirrors, check your blind spot, drift out to the left. Check, again, checking the mirrors, making sure as I move over, before I move over, I know I'm moving into space, not into a car, or a motorcycle, or a cyclist. Off to the left, on the crown. 50 mile an hour speed limit down this road. I'm looking ahead of these two cars into the corner. I'm going to allow myself at least a 3-second gap between me and the blue car, so that's why I'm not accelerating at the moment. I'm already not touching the throttle, just the weight of the vehicle is keeping me at that distance. Check it on that sign, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. We're just at 3 seconds, which is where I want to be. I don't want to get any closer. Check the mirrors. Crown of the road, looking as far as I can around that left bend in case there's cyclists, roadworks, parked cars, whatever it might be. As we come round, again, men at work, so roadworks possible. It is HS2 going on all around this area, so you do have to be mindful. They do work 24/7, so be careful. Again, junction off to the left and right, traffic for works traffic. Again, I'm just nipping ahead with looking ahead of the blue car into the roundabout. Everything's looking good. I've eased off the gas. We're following the road ahead at the roundabout, so off the gas now. I want the blue car in and gone. So I don't want to arrive at that roundabout and have to stop. I want to keep moving. Now I can see it's clear for him. I'm going to make sure he goes. There he goes. I've nicked a bit of the space off the crown so I don't clip the corner as I come in. Use the width of the roundabout a little bit. Brake off signal, checking the mirror, checking the headboard, checking the position of the trailer, swinging the head left and right, checking positions. We're all good. Crown of the road coming out. Again, down to the roundabout. We're going to go left. This is Coleshill roundabout. We're going left at the roundabout. First exit. So again, on here, lane discipline, again, don't worry. You're going to have to borrow both lanes. There's not enough room for an Arctic to turn left. So mirrors, signal left, use both lanes. They're very badly marked, it's quite warm, but use both lanes on approach. You don't want to be clipping. You can see where the Arctics have all gone over that curb. Use both lanes. And after the Fiat maybe, check, 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 away we go. Rolling with behind the Fiat, everything's good. The road ahead is clear as much as I can see, and away we go. Again, just on the crown as I come through, checking the vehicles behind and to the side, they're all clear. There's a sign for pedestrians crossing up ahead there on the left, as well as your road sign 446. Cutting across, you can see the roundabout signs there, telling you the roundabout's ahead. Reduce speed now. So as we come down, because it's a downhill run, check the mirrors, off the gas. The weight of the vehicle will bring the vehicle down without adding any more gas. Check the mirrors again, gently apply a little bit of brake. Again, I would like to approach the roundabout and maintain progress if possible without having to stop. So here, grey car's going in with his lights on. Check the mirrors, nice and smooth on the brakes. Crown away from the curb, so I'm in the crown, looking as much as I can for any vehicles coming out from the right or ahead. It's clear, check, check. Follow the outside of the roundabout. Make sure you do that to allow that inside traffic to flow. Don't cut the roundabout. Again, if you slow a car coming round the outside, slow it down. Classed as blocking, that's a fail. Again, crown as we're coming out. Looking up ahead, there's a garage on your left. Make sure there's no one coming in or coming out of that. It looks clear at the moment. What we'll do is we'll get up towards the top of the hill in lane 1. And then as we go over the brow of the hill, you'll notice the centre lane markings are long white lines at the moment. That means the hazardous part of the road. When they break to small white lines in the dip here, that's less hazard. So that's where we're going to check the mirrors, we're going to signal right, and we're going to make our lane change where there's lower hazard. The reason for that, visibility is better forwards and backwards at that point. So we've now positioned in the right hand lane because we're going to go back into the test centre, right at the lights. So we're in the right hand lane, ready to turn right, off the gas, weight of the vehicle, bring the vehicle down to the lights, mirror checks, smooth on the brakes, mirrors again, signal right, and we're going to move it into the right hand turn lane, nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Again, it'd be nice if we got a fresh screen, but I think we're going to unfortunately have to stop here. So if we do stop, TT, tyres to tarmac on the Qashqai. So nice and smooth braking, just changing, near side front right, blind spot, away we go. Nice fresh green, so in we go, no big deal, plenty of space there, quite wide exit, in, make the turn, undo the steering, check the headboard, check the trailer, mirror checking for position, out we go. And as we come down here, nice and steady, nice and steady, there we go. We're coming back to the test centre now, so by this time, if you've had a good run, hopefully be on a pass. Nice and smooth. Again, we're going to be looking for the lights up ahead, see what sequence they're on approach, try and adjust your speed on approach. Yeah, they're on red, so check the mirrors, smooth on the brakes. We're looking for a green light as we approach, nice and smooth, nice and smooth. There we go, fresh green. Check the mirrors. Hopefully stay green. I'll cover the brake just in case, but it is a staying green. Follow the road ahead, and we're going back into the test centre. So what we'll do is position to the left. I'm going to indicate while we open the gates here. So hold to the left, bring it forward, 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 and make the turn. Nice. So keep the unit over to the left. Make sure the gate's fully open. I should have waited probably a bit longer there. It's very, very slow, the gate. Okay, and then check blind spots. Off we go. Keep the unit over to your left. Check the mirrors, check the headboard against the fence, check your trailer's clean on this side. In you come, and that's your lot. You're in, your test's over.